What's up everyone, it's TDubsKid, and recently pretty much destroyed this left turn signal. As you can see, the lens is hanging off and the bulb inside there is actually busted, so it doesn't even work. It's kind of, all the plastic's cracked. This one's been a little bit messed up for a while, but it's not too bad and it works and everything. But anyways, what I went ahead and did is bought some mini turn signals. I got these on procycle.com and comes with 4 of them for $30. And even though I got 4 of them, I'm actually not going to change the front ones. The reason is because they're not just turn signals, they're also running lights. So pretty much they stay on all the time. And it actually has like a dual filament bulb. And I haven't had these like break on me, so I'm just going to leave these on the front. They're pretty much protected by the hand guards when you go down. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox one of these. Pretty easy. This is what they look like. And these are actually flexible as well, because that's the nice thing about the stock ones. They're flexible, but these actually flex quite a bit. Also, there's like a little hole on the bottom of these. Make sure that's facing down, so that way all the water, if any like moisture or water gets in there, it can just drain out. So if it's pointing up, it's gonna like fill up with water, and that's no good. The only things you're gonna really need to put these on are just a crescent wrench, maybe some clippers, some zip ties, and a little bit of electrical tape. You'll also need some crimps, a crimper, and some wire strippers. And you may need a lighter depending on what kind of crimps you use. First thing I'm going to do is take my clippers and clip the zip ties that are holding the wiring on for the turn signals. So I'm just going to replace one turn signal at a time, and that's just so I don't mix up the wiring. These just pull out. There's just little connectors. They're all seem to be pretty much universal, even for the tail light. Then I'm just going to pull out this rubber tube, and then this rubber boot. And then I'm just going to take my crescent wrench here and just unbolt these. And the first one's off. So now just grab your new turn signal, and again make sure this little hole is facing down, and take the bolt off. Slide it through, and take the wires and slide the nut through. Then just get it aligned, tighten it down finger tight, maybe step back a little bit just to make sure it's where you want it. And then just take your trusty old crescent wrench and just tighten it up. Doesn't have to be super duper tight. So after I got this first one tightened down, I went to plug it in, and I noticed that they don't plug in, because connectors are the same pretty much, except these ones on the smaller turn signals are a little bit smaller. Go figure. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is take my clippers and clip the old wires off, and then clip these off as well. Then go ahead and just strip all the wires. I have a super fast wire stripper. You can also use the wire strippers on the crimper. It comes with wire strippers. That way it's just faster if you have one of those. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the crimp on. These crimps are kind of cool because they actually have built-in heat shrink. So once I crimp them down, I'll use the lighter to shrink it. And then that way like water and stuff won't be able to get in there. You can get these crimps at Harbor Freight. That's where I got these ones. And then I'm just going to crimp it. Make sure it's nice and crimped. Do the same to the other wire. It doesn't actually matter which wire goes where, as long as it's a filament bulb. If you're putting in LED turn signals, then it's going to be a different story. Once you got everything crimped together, just go ahead and tug on them. Just make sure it's crimped correctly. So now I'm just going to take a lighter and just melt the shrink tubing. I mean, it depends on the kind of crimps you have. Not all crimps are like this, so don't do this if the crimps aren't designed for it. Then I'm just going to go ahead and plug them in. As long as you're using a filament bulb, it doesn't matter which way you plug them in. Make sure you get them plugged in all the way. You should kind of feel like a little bit of a click. Once those are plugged in, I would just go ahead and try it out. Make sure it works. Sweet. And before you organize all the wiring, I would go ahead and just do the other side. Same exact thing as that side. Alright, so there they are, all installed. You can pretty much bend these 90 degrees, and they don't break. That's awesome. So I just have all the wiring just neatly tucked up under here with electrical tape and zip ties. You just want to make sure none of the wires are hanging down or on these little pegs for carrying like luggage and stuff. Now I'll just show you a before and after. This is before. Obviously only the right side works. And this is after. Alright, so I hope you found this video useful. If you want to see more how-to videos on the TW200, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.